Before the pandemic hit, America was experiencing an economic boom. President Trump's policies unleashed the American economy. Tax cuts and deregulation spurred growth. Businesses thrived, jobs were plentiful, wages were rising. It was a time of optimism and opportunity. Stock markets soared to record highs. Unemployment reached historic lows, especially for minorities. The American dream was within reach for millions. This was the direct result of President Trump's pro-growth agenda. President Trump understood that the best way to help working Americans was to create a strong economy. He knew that when businesses succeed, Americans succeed. His policies reflected this understanding, and the results spoke for themselves. The Trump economic boom was a testament to the power of conservative principles. It showed what can be achieved when government gets out of the way and lets the free market work its magic. It was a shining example of American exceptionalism. One of the cornerstones of President Trump's economic success was tax cuts. He understood that high taxes stifle growth and punish hard work. That's why he signed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act into law. This legislation provided much-needed relief to American families and businesses. Millions of Americans saw their taxes go down. They had more money in their pockets to spend, save, and invest. This boost in disposable income stimulated the economy and created jobs. The benefits were felt across all income levels. Small businesses, the backbone of the American economy, were also major beneficiaries of the tax cuts. They used their tax savings to hire more workers, expand their operations, and invest in their businesses. This led to increased productivity and economic growth. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was a resounding success. It proved that tax cuts can indeed pay for themselves through economic growth. It was a clear demonstration of President Trump's commitment to putting America first. President Trump recognized that energy independence is crucial to national security and economic prosperity. He reversed years of failed energy policies that had made America reliant on foreign oil. He unleashed American energy production, making the United States a net exporter of energy for the first time in decades. Under President Trump, America became the world's leading producer of oil and natural gas. This energy boom created countless jobs, lowered energy prices for consumers, and strengthened America's position on the world stage. It was a win-win-win situation. The Keystone XL pipeline, which had been blocked by the Obama administration, was approved by President Trump. This project alone created thousands of jobs and transported much-needed energy resources to American refineries. It was a symbol of President Trump's commitment to American energy independence. President Trump's energy policies were a stark contrast to the radical environmentalist agenda that seeks to eliminate fossil fuels. He understood that affordable, reliable energy is essential to the American way of life. His policies reflected this understanding. Unfortunately, the economic progress achieved under President Trump has been squandered by the Biden administration. Biden's policies have fueled inflation and eroded financial security. Soaring gas prices hurt families and businesses. Regulatory burdens stifle job creation and growth. The results are impossible to ignore. Inflation is at a 40-year high. The American dream is slipping away for millions. Inflation is a hidden tax, inflicting pain on American families. Under President Biden, inflation has soared to levels not seen in decades. This hidden tax is eating away at paychecks, forcing difficult choices. Prices of groceries, gasoline, and housing have skyrocketed. President Biden promised to be a friend to small businesses, but his actions have spoken louder than his words. His administration has unleashed a torrent of regulations that are crushing small businesses, stifling innovation, and destroying jobs. Every new regulation comes with a cost. Businesses must spend time and money complying with these regulations, diverting resources away from hiring, innovation, and growth. This is especially burdensome for small businesses, which operate on thin margins. The Biden administration's regulatory agenda is driven by an ideological hostility toward free enterprise. They believe that government knows best and that businesses need to be controlled and regulated. This is a recipe for economic stagnation. President Biden's regulatory overreach is killing the American dream. It's making it harder for Americans to start businesses, create jobs, and achieve financial security. It's time to unleash the power of the free market and let American entrepreneurship thrive. President Biden's war on American energy has been a disaster for American consumers. His decision to cancel the Keystone XL pipeline and restrict drilling on federal lands has made America more reliant on foreign oil, driving up prices at the pump. High gas prices act like a tax on everything that moves. They increase the cost of transportation, which in turn increases the cost of goods and services. This hurts families and businesses alike, especially those who are already struggling to make ends meet. President Biden's energy policies have also made America more reliant on hostile foreign regimes like Russia and Iran. These regimes are enriched by our dependence on their oil, giving them leverage over the United States. President Biden's energy policies are a threat to our national security and our economic prosperity. It's time to unleash American energy production, achieve energy independence, and lower costs for American families. The Biden administration's economic policies have created a crisis of confidence in the American economy. Businesses are hesitant to invest and expand. Consumers are cutting back on spending. The future looks uncertain at best. President Biden's constant attacks on businesses, his embrace of socialist policies, and his inability to control inflation have all contributed to this crisis of confidence. When people lose faith in the economy, they become less likely to take risks, invest, and create jobs. The Biden administration's attempts to spin the economy as strong are falling on deaf ears. Americans are feeling the pain of inflation, high gas prices, and a stagnant economy every day. They know that the economy is not working for them. The Biden administration needs to change course before it's too late. They need to adopt pro-growth policies that will restore confidence in the American economy and unleash the entrepreneurial spirit of the American people. However, Democrats are not going to do this. Hence, there is no reason to give them a second term. The economic turmoil we are experiencing is not just a matter of dollars and cents. It's also a reflection of a deeper moral and spiritual decay in our society. When people lose faith in the future, they become more likely to turn to drugs, crime, and despair. The breakdown of the family, the decline of religion, and the rise of secularism have all contributed to this moral and spiritual decay. These trends have eroded the values of hard work, personal responsibility, and delayed gratification that are essential to a healthy economy. The Biden administration's policies have only exacerbated these problems. Their embrace of identity politics, their attacks on traditional values, and their promotion of a culture of victimhood have further divided our nation and undermined our moral fabric. We cannot have a strong economy without a strong moral and spiritual foundation. We need to return to the values that made America great: faith, family, and freedom. Neither of these seem to resonate with Democrats, unless they are looking to destroy those values. Under President Trump, people had more money to spend, prices were lower, and more people had jobs. It was a time of economic growth and stability. But under the current Democrat leadership, prices are almost double. People have less money, and more people are losing jobs and being downsized on a daily basis. The upcoming recession will be brutal, taking all of this into consideration. However, recession is needed and a must. It's a harsh reality, but sometimes the economy needs to reset to correct the excesses and mismanagement. This recession will be a wake-up call, a necessary step to purge the inefficiencies and bring about a new era of economic stability. It will be tough, but it's a challenge we must face head-on. Only through this economic reset can we hope to rebuild a stronger, more resilient economy. The Biden administration's policies have led us down this path, but it's our responsibility to navigate through this storm. We must learn from these mistakes and ensure that future leadership prioritizes economic stability, job creation, and the well-being of every American. The road ahead will be difficult, but with the right leadership and policies, we can emerge stronger than ever. It's time to brace ourselves for the challenges ahead, to prepare for the tough times, and to work towards a brighter future. America has always been resilient, and we will overcome this too. Together, we can rebuild and restore the economic prosperity that every American deserves. If Democrats continue on his current course, the future looks bleak for the American economy. Inflation will continue to erode the value of our savings, gas prices will remain high, Businesses will continue to struggle, and the American dream will become increasingly out of reach for millions. The Biden administration's policies are unsustainable. They are based on the false premise that government can spend its way to prosperity. But the reality is that government spending without limits leads to inflation, debt, and economic stagnation. The American people deserve better than this. They deserve an economy that works for everyone, not just the wealthy and well-connected. They deserve a government that will unleash the power of the free market and create opportunities for all. The time for change is now. We cannot afford 4 more years of Democrats' failed economic policies. To get America back on track, we need to return to the policies that worked under President Trump. We need tax cuts, deregulation, and energy independence. We need a president who understands that the best way to help working families is to create a strong economy. He unleashed American energy production and put more money in the pockets of hardworking Americans, and not in the pockets of titty-sucking immigrants. He was a true champion for the American worker. We need President Trump's type of leadership now more than ever. We need his strength, his determination, and his unwavering commitment to putting America first. America needs a leader that will make America great again and penalize California, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, pretty much the whole Northeast and Chicago-type economic plans.